Marriage is, of course, a major event in a person's life. It's a major transition. And like all major transitions or events, it requires preparation. So along those lines, we have the following question from a young man. I'm 23 years old and I'm getting married soon. What's the best advice you can give for me to be a good husband for my wife? So I'd say, first of all, that you're definitely heading in the right direction. Asking how to be a good husband shows you're focused on giving and not receiving. When a person's moving towards a marriage, they're making that transition from being a receiver to being a giver. And this is really the foundation of a successful marriage, that it's not what you get, but what you give. Now, first of all, I would say to put your wife first. Life will be full of demands, pressing things, pressing needs that feel urgent. But nevertheless, always make time for your wife, not just in words, but in action. Initiate time together. Make time for your wife because she should feel consistently that she is your top priority. Now, I'd also say that being truly present is essential. What does that mean? When you're with your wife, put your phone away, be genuinely interested in what she shares, even if it's a topic that wouldn't normally interest you, but it matters to you. Why? Because she matters to you. What matters to her matters to you. So show interest in what your wife is sharing with you. Number three, listen to understand, not to fix. In other words, when she shares her feelings, her struggles, her difficulties, don't minimize them or jump to solutions. She wants to share. She wants to be heard. But when we brush aside our spouse's feelings, concerns, need to share, it makes them feel alone. So empathetic phrases such as, that must have been so painful, or I'm sorry you had to go through that, it shows that you're truly with her, that you really care. Now, I'd also say, don't be defensive. This is very important because it's very often our knee-jerk reaction to be defensive. So what does that mean? When she shares something that's difficult, perhaps about you or perhaps about the marriage, don't rush to defend yourself, to justify yourself. Listen to her, understand her perspective, understand the way she sees things, because it's not about who's right or wrong, but it's about accepting that there's also another view that's also valid. Show emotional flexibility, intellectual flexibility, and a willingness to grow and adapt. It creates amazing closeness in the marriage when each side is able to understand the other side and not rush to defend themselves. And I'd also say too, accept her as she is. In other words, don't try to change her. People open up, they connect, they give more freely when they feel that they're truly accepted and loved for who they are. People don't want to feel that they're a project that needs to be improved. Now, acceptance is not passive, it's one of the most active and powerful gifts that you can give to your spouse. Accepting them as they are makes them feel secure and makes them feel loved. Now, also, this is very important too, and oftentimes overlooked, but let her make the home hers. In other words, she's what's known as the Karatbaayit. She's the heart and the foundation of the home. Let her decorate it. Let her decorate it. Let her arrange it as she wishes so she feels comfortable, respected, and at home in her home. Now, the more she feels loved and prioritized, the more secure that she's going to feel, and the more she will naturally give back to you. A thriving marriage requires removing what harms the marriage and actively building what's good for the marriage. Marriage invites us to leave our own limitations, to leave our ego, to leave our self-centeredness, and in doing so, we reveal the inherent unity that we share with our spouse.